So today I am going to explain about the normalization and its types. So this unit is your fourth unit, second half. This is one of the important question regularly asked in your university examinations. So first of all, you might know, so this has been covered anyhow. You have to know about the table. So this might be your table. Okay, table. So you will provided with the fields. Okay, so these are the rows and this is the column. Okay, so a table consists of number of rows and column. Okay, so we might construct a very long table. Okay, so the table will have many information. So this might be a table. So this example table consists of product ID, color, price. So if more data is feed into this table, what happens? Some more fields will be added. So these data will be repeated for several times. Okay. So in such a case, a very simple example here you can see that. So under the product ID, you are having two colors, black and red, and each of which is cost about 210. Okay, so this option may not be possible with a single record. Okay, so how the database or the table will be reflected is 1 black rupees 210, 1 red rupees 210. Similarly, if you have other color with the same price, okay, so let me assume green is also 210 and red is also 210. So for all the black, red, green and red again. So in this case, the common price is 210, but product ID color will be repeated every time. Okay, that gives you some inconvenience. So it takes more data in storing the record. So that can be reduced. Okay, so this is a simple table. If you take a very longest table like employees or staff IDs, staff table, student mark sheets. So the student mark sheet has student register number, student name, student's address, student mail ID, student mobile number, parents number, parents WhatsApp number, and after all these fields, you're going to have semester wise results. Semester 1 subjects, semester 2 subjects, semester 3 subjects. So if in this cases you can see for semester 1 you will have 5 subjects. So for all the 5 subjects you will have register number, student name, address, mobile number, and all these things will be repeated 5 times. So it occupies more memory. In that case we came into the concept called normalization. Okay, that is a definition given here. It's a process of organizing the data. You are going to organize the data in such a way that there should not be any redundancy. So there should not be any redundancy. Redundancy in the sense repeatedness. Okay, and another one, insertion, updation and deletion. If a particular record is used by another person, it is not possible for you to insert it, update it or delete it. So there comes the problem called insertion anomaly, update anomaly, or even deletion anomaly. Very simple example that your semester data and your personal data has been made in a single table. In some cases you can see that addresses need of updation. So in that case your semester marks and all those things have to be modified. Okay, or even the address have to be modified. So in that case, so you have to go to the table and you have to modify it. So you have to update the particular address as the particular data is used, okay, or currently used. In that case it is not possible for you to update it. Or you want to insert a new data, so the data or table is used by someone else. So there comes the problem insertion. Okay, yeah, and if a particular data has been deleted, okay, so the particular student information including address, mobile number and all those things will also be deleted, since that is required for future purposes. If you require some other case of referring your contact certificate or somehow. The definition of normalization is the process of organizing data in the table, okay, with the criteria that there will not be any redundancy, and you can avoid, okay, while using insertion, updation or deletion. Okay, it is not possible for you to insert, update or delete while the particular table is in use. Okay, and another one is an unambiguous. Okay, you should not have repeated data, or if particular XYZ a student is loaded, and similarly if you save same name student, it asks you for the updation or insertion problem. So the same name, same data cannot be inserted once again. So that can be secured by means of this normalization. So unambiguous data can be done with the table. Okay. So in the case of normalization, we are having 5 normal forms: first normal form, second normal form, third normal form, and fourth normal form and fifth normal form. So in between the third normal form and fourth normal form, there is a simpler form. The extension of third normal form is nothing but Boyce-Codd normal form, that is BCNF. So let me first go into the first normal form. So this might be the definition. So the table, individual table will be given, and it checks for the data which is repeated. Okay, that is the basic aim of first normal form. So with that criteria, you can segregate the table into 2 tables. Okay, so eliminating repeating groups into individual table. Okay, if a particular table has repeated data, that can be divided into 2 tables. Okay, so you have to create a separate table, and for the table you have to insert a primary key. So let me see the example. So this might be the table with product ID, color and price. So here you can see black and red, green and blue, okay, with the rate of 210 and 260. So here you can say that the data, the multiple values of the table is seen in color, okay, black, red, green, blue. So based on this, you can segregate into 2 tables as like this. Okay, you can have the product ID. Okay, they are having 5 product IDs and 5 different rates. Okay, so by using this product ID, you can access the rate or even the color of the particular product. It might be t-shirt or any cloth. Okay, and the table is splitted with product ID and price, so which has uniqueness. Okay, the product ID 1 with 110, and similarly product ID 4 has 260. So based on this, you can see the availability under 210 or under 150 or even under 260. So by using this product ID 1, I can go into another table, that 1 with the black color, 1 with red color. Okay, by using this product ID, I can know the rate of black or red is 210. And similarly, by using the product ID 4, I am having green and blue. So the 4 has been repeated here. So these data repetition is reduced by means of this segregation of 2 tables. Okay, that is the thing here. I have seen the definition, eliminating repeating groups. Okay, so here repeating groups, this is the repeating groups, and that has been eliminated like this. Okay, this is the result of first normal form of this table. And second normal form. So first criteria for second normal form is, first of all, the particular table must be in first normal form. Okay, there should not be any repeating groups. Okay, and the second criteria, no non-prime attribute. Okay, whichever is not a prime attribute, okay, you have to identify that, and you have to segregate that. Okay, so no non-prime attribute. So the attribute which doesn't depend on the primary key, that is non-prime attribute. So you have to find an attribute or the values whichever is not completely dependent on the primary key, and you can split that into separate table. Okay, that is a thing called proper subset. You can bring that into a proper subset with a particular key to refer as a candidate key. Okay, and this might be the example. customer ID, store ID, and location. Okay, so here in this case, the candidate key comprises customer ID and store ID. Okay, and you have to find which is a non-prime attribute. Okay, very simply that you can see the result. So the customer ID or store ID, in these two things, the location doesn't completely depend on the both. Okay, the location doesn't completely depend on the both. Okay, in such a cases you can see the table as splitted into this. Okay, so this location means for store ID and not the customer ID, so you are segregating this location into another table. So you can see that 1 refers Patna, 2 refers Delhi, 3 refers Noida. Okay, and with that you can see the customer 1 belongs to this particular store and that store belongs to Patna. So here the location is called a non-prime attribute, okay, which doesn't completely depend on the customer ID and store ID. So the location completely depends on store ID alone, not the customer ID. So in such a cases, you are segregating this location into another table, and for that location you are going to have a primary key that is nothing but your store ID. Okay, so this is the second normal form. So the non-key attribute is location. In this case, location is completely depends on the second normal form. So here you can see the location is the non-prime key attribute. So it is completely depend on store ID. Okay, but not the customer ID and the store ID. So we are segregating the table store ID, location, and customer ID and store ID as a separate table. Okay, so this is the second normal form results. And the third normal form, here the definition here it is, the first of all the table should be in second normal form. Okay, and you know that for second normal form, first of all the table should be in first normal form, and then the thing continues. You are going to look into the non-prime attribute. And similarly in the third normal form, the table should be in second normal form, and then it should look for the transitive functional dependency. Okay, transitive functional dependency. Okay, very simply that. So you're having the criteria that. So look into the screen. So A defines B and B defines C. Okay, so I'm explaining the transitive dependency. Okay, A depends B and B depends C. So as A depends B and B depends C, so this can also be written as A determines C. Okay, once again let me define. A implies B and B implies C. So these two statements implies that A implies C. So such a thing is called transitivity. Okay, so such an impact are played in the case of transitive functional dependencies. Okay, so if a field determines another field and that another field depends another one more field, so directly can say that that field depends another one more. That is the thing here called A is a field, B is a field, and B is and C is another field. So to having three fields. Okay, and you are making the connection relationship as A to B as like this and B to C as like this. Or simply by using the transitivity, you can say that A defines C or A implies C. So such a property, if a table is provided, you can go with that. That situation is called that. Based on that, you are going to segregate the table. Such a thing is called third normal form. Okay, and this might be the example table, book ID and genre ID and genre type and price. This table considers to be in the form of second normal form. Here you can see that book ID determines genre ID and genre ID determines genre type. Okay, so directly the book ID can define genre type. So that is a thing called transitive property. So based on that you can segregate that. Okay, book ID, genre ID and price, and genre ID depends on genre type. So you can have the thing transitive property. So based on that you can segregate the function. Okay, that is a thing called third normal form. Okay. Third normal form is extension of third normal form is nothing but Boyce-Codd normal form, or simply you can call that as BCNF. Okay. In another way, BCNF can also be called as 3.5 NF. Okay. So here the policy that is adapted is nothing but functional dependency. Okay. So here X determines Y. Okay. In that case, X should be a super key. Okay. X should be a super key. Super key in the sense it goes on monitoring all the data. In such a key is called super key. For example, register number. So your register number determines your name, your semester, marks, your address, whatever the identification you can make with register number. So such as a super key. So you're going to have which are all the values that functionally depends on that particular key. If you identify such you can identify that and you can make that alone a table, and whichever is not dependent on the primary key, you can segregate that into another table. Such as segregation is called Boyce-Codd normal form. So let me see the example: student, course and teacher. Okay, here the key is nothing but student. This student goes to this course. Okay, and who is going to teach? Teacher will depend on the DBMS or the course. Okay, teacher depends on the course. That is the dependency given here. Student comma course. Okay, so these students are leaded by. So these are all the super keys, and the teacher will belong to that. Okay, and similarly, and this teacher will determine which type of course they are going to handle. Okay, so these are the functional dependencies, and simply you can segregate that into student. See, the student and course are separate table, and this course will be handled by this teacher. Okay, that is a thing called functional dependency. So student and course determines, so in the student, in the course, so in the teacher handle பண்ணுவாங்க அப்படி சொல்லலாம். And similarly அந்த கோர்ஸ்க்கு இந்த டீச்சர் தான் அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி வருது another dependencies. Okay, that is the thing here. Okay, and here one thing you have to note it down: teacher is not a super key and course student is a super key. Okay, so the table has been segregated as this particular student adopts this course, and this course is completely handled by this staff. Okay, and here as per the table given here, this DBMS course is adapted by these two staffs, but the Rahul handles both the e-commerce for both students, Abhinav and Aman. So in this case, so Rahul, the table has been reduced, the data has been reduced, the redundancy has been reduced. So you can segregate that based on the functional dependencies. Okay, so here you can see that the entire the teacher alone, completely the teacher doesn't completely depend on the student or the course. Okay, you based on that you can define it as a separate table. Okay, so there is a chance also to Ayush teacher can also handle Abhinav for DBMS, so that completely doesn't depend on the teacher and the student and course. Okay, so this teacher can also handle e-commerce. Okay, so you cannot say that the teacher is completely dependent on these students or these course. Hence we are segregating the teacher as a separate table, and for that the identification you are giving the course as a primary key. Okay, so that is the thing here made student and course and teacher. This is called Boyce-Codd normal form. Okay.